Alright, hey there, E here, and we are back with possibly the last Divinity Original Sin 2, and wow, that took a while for the sound to appear. So, yeah, last time we finished our exploration of the chapel after killing Lord Kemm, rescued Arhu from Lord Kemm's estate afterwards, who then gave us a shortcut through the cathedral. And yeah, apparently we were supposed to find the tomb of Lucian, since he is somehow definitely still alive. But yeah, we had to take a shortcut bypassing the path of blood, which was apparently something that pilgrims do. They're a really odd thing that has a lot of people dying for some reason, and they just completely go through it. But anyways, we went through it, found a few more puzzles, so like it didn't completely bypass everything. The first one wasn't too bad, just a bit time consuming. Second one, however, was a rather unusual battle where we had to fight those puppets that we saw the tollmaker make, and while at the same time trying to find some levers to activate. Bit of a time consuming thing. Lucked out pretty early on that we were able to somehow despawn all the puppets, and yeah, that kind of gave us a free somewhat free reign to check all the levers, as long as we did not go into a particular spot. But yeah, I had to pass two puzzles to get to the final area, which was the Lucian's tomb. And it turned out that Lucian was in fact still alive, as well as Braccus Rex, the evil sorcerer that we had been hearing about the whole time. And they kind of been working together, or at least Dallis has been using Braccus Rex, who had been running around disguised as her assistant, the one that we saw early on when we first encountered her when we were leaving Fort Joy, I believe. So yeah, kind of been seeing him for a while. And then there was some big reveals with Dallis and her relation to Fane, because apparently that was a thing, and that Dallis wasn't actually Dallis. So yeah, a whole bunch of big reveals during that part. We were then presented with an offer to surrender our swords so that they could bring peace to the lands and stop the void from appearing and all that. We opted to not do that, so we got into a fight. And that is where we left off. So, plan for today is to complete what looks like possibly the final fight of the game, which is looking to potentially be one of the more difficult fights as well. This should be. I mean, like if it is the final fight. So, definitely something that will take a while considering how past the fights went. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, and then depending on how much time it ends up taking, we could try what looks like another route with us surrendering our source. Yeah, just to see what happens with that one. Probably should make sure we have some saves before the full point of no return. Yeah, I believe that when we finished the room with the levers, that was indicated as being a full point of no return. So might, yeah, reload to when we finish that room and then make a normal save for that. Then if things end up being too difficult during the fight, we can at least reload to that point to do some further preparations. So this is where we were at. Now about that 1 point. Okay, this was... Okay, that was making a choice. This one was... Okay, this was entering into the room. So we want something a little bit before. Yeah, probably the autosave. Music there is pretty nice. Okay, we still have the waypoint access. Okay, just make a save there. I'm fairly certain we have everything. Source is not an issue since during the final fight it is unlimited. Yeah, the only issue might be Iffin's gear. Yeah, his gear is quite the level since we've been making heavy use of the flight abilities. Everyone else, I believe, is of normal level. Mostly. We could replace some of the ones that we were keeping on because they provide things like Lucky Charm or bartering. Yeah, I'm probably gonna replace some of those. Oh, nice. That took much quicker to load. Bane, did we give you a proper weapon? Okay, you have a water staff. Maybe we should have given you fire instead. Oh, some of them are undead. No, water looks like it'll be fine. Yeah, all the resistances are pretty good though. Right. Anyways. Okay, we get the AP reduction. And then probably... Well, she still has her magic armor and physical. Potion on strong will, not that needed right now. And then resist all potion, probably... I think we only have... Do we only have 3 of them? Right, we do. So probably have everyone but the Red Prince drink that one. We have a lot of healing potions, so that's good. Okay, Dallis is over here. He goes next. Definitely do something about Lucian because he kind of one-shotted Ifin. And no running away. Okay, Fane's Warm Tremor will hold them down. So... yeah, I really want to teleport Dallis. Just so that she can waste some of her AP getting back to us. Yeah, because I'm a bit concerned that if we don't, she could potentially one-shot everyone. Okay, see, we have the regular teleports, and then another swap. We have a teleport scroll. Okay, yeah, we have 1 teleport scroll. Do we have a summon that we can use on her? I can summon only the blob. Yeah, maybe do that because even if it doesn't, or even if it gets killed right away, I think it can still slow them down. Well, slow her down. So... definitely teleport Lucian. if only Ifin hadn't died. Yeah, if he hadn't died, or Rick Prince or Fane had to teleport. Okay, keep it on there. Vitamin. Yeah, it's supposed to be Braccus Rex, which means your source abilities should be pretty good. Yeah, because we get the teleporting. Do we want to teleport the guys down there, or do we want to use it for Vitamin and Dallis? What is your melee? 1,420. Yeah, Fane, or if it is, yeah, okay, he's gonna get killed. Which means that... Okay, does the Red Prince have a provoke? Okay, he does. So we have to use a provoke on the Geist then. Yeah, and Fane will have to resurrect Ifin. Let's also see if we can use any crafting during this. Alright, well, teleport range is odd. Really, the sound effects are kind of muted during this. Try that one out. Oh, I should have used Wind Up Toy instead. Could have used that one to do some damage. Oh well. And Vitamin can be down here. Did some damage, but not quite what I was looking for. Do you have... Okay, Vasivore is a necklace. That's an amulet ability. Oh wow, your constitution is low. Oh, okay, so, yeah, okay, it's the flesh has sacrifice. Could try swapping it out. I don't remember though if it costs AP or not. I mean, I guess we could give the Uncanny Invasion to Ifin. Yeah, let's do that. And hopefully he does survive it. Water and blood. I don't think that'll convert source. Oh, they're slow, and that is oily. Oh, she has Phoenix eyes up there. Oh, he's still alive. Yep, and Sibyl took no damage from that. Good. Is there anything we can do for you then? Do we want to use a potion on you? Alright, let's see what they mostly use. Okay, Dallis used fire. If the Arhu used mostly fire, we could use the fire resistance potion. Actually, yeah, there's something we can do to check. Hydrosophis and Pyrokinetic Neurothurge. And Geomancer. Yeah, a little bit of everything. Okay, Dallis, are you mostly fire? No, you're not even that high level of Pyrokinetic. You're mainly Necromancy and Warfare. These guys should just be melee. Yeah, Warfare, Scoundrel. Huntsman, Warfare. Never found out what to do with those either. Could just boost his strength. Why does that do so much damage? 2,000, almost 2,000 damage. Which, depending on how it goes, yeah, if boosted strength could potentially knock both these guys down. Then we'd be really have to deal with the elementalists. Who I think is still going to kill Ifin. Okay, even with the reduction, it's still going to cost us 2. You have Blitz by any chance? Oh, we could fortify Ifin. Might just do that instead. Oh yeah, we could summon his Dragonling kids. Completely forgot about that. It'd be nice if we could heal Ifin a little bit. Guess we're gonna have to go with having Fane revive him. Oh, there's also Mass Cleanse Wounds. Well, first let's see if we can knock these two guys down. Okay, that's 11 intelligence. Do we have anything that can do the same for armor? Or, not armor, but physical strength. Okay, that's 3 strength. Yeah, all this is just a 3 strength. Plus 6. Yeah, it did not change the bouncing shield. $2,100, 2,073. It'd be just short, but yeah, the Battle Stomp might be able to do it. Maybe 2 less people causing damage. Really? You're too far away? Right, if they're not going to be close enough to hit them both. Yes, may as well do it on the elementalist. Then again, the elementalist is going to be using magic, which most everyone has their magic armor still up. Yeah, Fane would be most vulnerable to physical attacks. But still, you'd be easier to keep controlled. Right next to the Geist. Oh, you're tiny. Yeah, our damage is pretty weak except for the Spitfire. I guess you can get these three. Oh yeah, how's your fire resistance? You have a lot of health. Can I examine you? That has a very short radius. I want the guys to go down first. It has the lowest magic armor. We can then start charming it. Nice, he dodged. I forgot. There's gonna be a lot of that during this fight, huh? But yeah, I forgot to have him drink the tea. Alright, smack with the shield, do all this again. Yeah, that strength potion didn't help out too much. Yeah, considering that Spitfire doesn't have too much spread. I'm gonna put you right here then. Get the ice burning. Now, are you gonna do the same thing again? Yep, he missed. Evading Shane, that's only one turn. Alright, get your tea. Alright, now they're stuck there for a few turns. Okay, we can start using men metal, and yeah, it's just buffing up Iffin. Oh yeah, and. Yeah, I'm gonna use a resist all potion. What are you weak to? Oh, because then we do have the 11 points intelligence potion. We could use that. Ah, you don't have your laser? Oh, we could do Epidemic of Fire. But again, you may not be close enough then. $941. Do you have time warp? Yeah, let's do that. We can get some extra turns. It has no cooldown. Or is it can only be used once? Yeah, reuse skill in combat, so once per combat. Not as overpowered as I was hoping. You also do have an evasive aura. Which, since we do have the extra turn, there it is, 1347. That has good distance. Alright, and you work for us. The problem is going to be if they have everything similar. Yeah, Ivan should be able to heal himself. Alright, and Dallis. Alright, gonna drink your tea and... yeah, get your resistance. Yeah, she shouldn't be able to do much to anyone except for Red Prince. Which means I think we might be able to ignore her. I do kind of want to stop them. Particularly Redmond or Braccus. If we could get him on our side, that'd be amazing. Could do an encourage. Yeah, the skin graft is just for himself. Do we have anything to cast on them? Notice Either poison them, well, do continuous damage, or it can be used as a good buff. Yeah, we just need a way to... Curse Firestorm. Yeah, I need a way to break their magic armor. Did I leave behind his bag of items? Yes, I did. Guess we can use a cursed fire grenade. Destroyed the summon. Yeah, gonna get some good water damage. Probably the ballistic shot and then ricochet. Arrow Storm, but that is random. I know we could try that one out too. Ballistic shot onto you. That used up more than I thought it would, didn't it? Right, more fires. Could do a chain lightning on them. Alright, your physical armor's gone. We could have a summon deal with you. Alright, you're still slowed. Yeah, we have to knock them down. So... Fane can turn this guy into a chicken. Yeah, so we'll do that one. Dallis, you're gonna be a bit of an issue. That's a bit of necrofire. So summon, infusion, farsight. And then guess we need a totem. Yeah, that would probably be better. From up there, I thought he lost his turn. Hopefully he doesn't do that thing where because he has magic armor, he's immune to being knocked down. That's weird and dumb. You're knocked down. Oh, where are you going next? I thought... Yeah, I thought Finn was going next before the markswoman. Was that after you drank your potion? Now, right, then we use Time Warp. Use the Mind Maggots. That would be 4 turns. But yeah, I kind of want them to be close together to that. Yeah, Dominant Mind will be fine for now. No, you didn't go that far this time. Do I want to use a grenade on them again? Yeah, it's just an oily blob. Right, that's why I ran out. Let's see if all 15 will hit the enemies or if it'll just be random and whether or not they get hit at all. Oh. Interesting. Although now we don't have an option for ricochet. Down to 3,000. Yeah, okay, yeah, we know we won't be able to make it down here. Now let's save that. Oh, path is interrupted. This would have been a good time to have suffocate. Yeah, that was alright. Could do a living wall, just block them off. Alright, so you're over here this time. Oh, do the grenades? Yeah, tremor grenades, can they knock down? No, okay, no, they can't. Yeah, if you're an archer, you can use some knockdown arrows. Use a impalement scroll. They tried crippling you, but yeah, but you are range. Well, first let's get our summon. You go after Fane. Alright, well, let's make you in blood then. Yeah, then if Fane just turns you into a chicken, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We could have Fane use the Medusa head. Oh yeah, let's do that instead. Which point, if that's going to be the case, well, that's something we can do to rest Dallis. Crisp Poison, Razzle Dazzle. Nail Bomb, Firestorm. Tremor Grenade has only 169. And then she has 6,600 armor. So yeah, that is not going to be too helpful. Do the Nail Bomb. Oh, you didn't have a blitz stack. Now do your summons. Okay, in case you teleport, get you knocked down. Can range attack you. No, focus on Vitamin. Yeah, they don't have too much magic armor left. Oh, that was physical damage. Whoops. Well, that works out. If his physical is gone, then we can use a warm tremor on him. Not sure how the range is going to be on this. Oh, you're apparently not in the range at all. Oh, that's resisted by magic armor. Never mind then. I guess we have to turn her into a chicken then. Promise that's gonna waste some AP. Alright, you be chicken. Canoe shackles of pain. But as long as his magic the medium resistant potion works, yeah, it's not going to be too much of an issue. Can do that and then does teleport down there. Yeah, we could do that. $298. Okay, don't think we have any strong AoEs that we can use on them. Oh, Winter Blast. Yeah, they had some high water resistance, so that didn't do too well. They do skin grafts, and then we could do arrow storm again. We can teleport her. So teleport her down, skin grafts, and then arrow storm. And I guess ricochet. Down there where he belong. I'm guessing skin graft is only once per combat, right? Yeah, I already used this in combat. Alright, well, the magic armor's almost gone. Fire is not that strong. Freedom is also almost out of physical armor too. Do you have perseverance? No, you don't. We can knock you down as many times as we want. Shame. And you have no more magic armor. Alright, let's go get you charmed. Well, Ifin goes before him, so... But if we do charm him... Yeah, Lucian already has his turn. Yeah, if we charm him, then Dallis might attack him then. Hopefully you're not immune. No, you're not. Okay, so that's that. Swordswoman, you are just about dead. The guys we can then turn to stone. Did the dragon die or did it just disappear? Oh, we can actually just put you to sleep. That's what we can do. I say put you to sleep, but we have a lot of totems that are probably going to wake you up. And then get chickens down that way. Well, Ifin could just use a charm arrow on it. Who healed what? Well, anyways, battle's so far going pretty good. Okay, gotta buff up our champion a bit more. As for you, Red Prince might be able to finish it off. Yeah, I still want to get rid of your magic armor. How is your water resistance? 50%. Guess we can do a hail strike and then ice fan. And then yeah, the physical armor is still good, so infect is not going to do much. 4 turns left on epidemic. Not mean to freeze him. Oh, but you are free now. Which again, you can just have Ifin do it. There you go, you can all be crippled. Let's get the Bone Widow to help out with the chicken. Really? Right, 8 charm arrows left. Okay, you are now charmed, but only for 1 turn. And then you're charmed as well. Let's focus on Dallis. Okay, the guy is almost dead. So is the White Magister. Oh, that's your physical armor. Forgot. Any of these worth 1? No. Right, really wish you didn't go there. While Lucian can do a lot of buffs, main problem is I think going to be Vitamin and Dallis because of their ability to do range attacks. With Lucian, we can just keep on teleporting him away or keep him rooted. So we have options with that. risk you coming up here. Now, before we do that, going to get you exploded and burning. Alright, you can go to sleep. A lot of blessed blood for some reason. Yeah, we could start using sleeping or not sleeping arms, but gag order on you. No, I think I'm gonna charm you one more time at least. $456, will we be able to finish you off? Yes. As for you, yep. All right, 3 left. More turns before you can summon another dragon. That is not going to do too much. Let's switch over to his fire staff. Or maybe the air staff. No, you don't have any air spells. What happened to your fire staff? You had a really good one. What's in this one? Probably. Okay, go to get it hasted. And get him healed as well. Oh, it's okay. Your team ran out. Why do they always run away? Wow.
Feeling poorly, Dallis? Good. You shall not seal the veil. And now it is time. I call on the God King. Come, claim what is yours.
How? What? You are unleashed!
Friedemann cackles in delight at this turn of events. His unbridled glee slithers into your veins and throttles your heart.
You left the leashing wand next to me, you stupid maggot. So accustomed had you become to me pretending to be your slave. Kill him! Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. And don't look so surprised, as if I would allow that bone-bag Dallis to enslave me. Me?
I mean, they kind of did bring this on themselves.
You should have listened to Tarquin, you worm-ridden wench. Nobody enslaves Braccus Rex. I am Braccus Rex. I am the Source King.
So yeah, Lucian, was this part of your plan?
This is not the time for talk, Ifa. Kill him, now!
Too late, you moldering, blight-stained pigs. Grant me power, my ally. God King, I call on you.
Oh, interesting. So what's Persuasion going to do? Tell Braccus to shut up, or laugh at his naivety. The God King will never share the rule. I mean, yeah, that is kind of true.
You dare interrupt Braccus Rex? How novel.
Champion of the elves and dwarves, and he will listen to you. Is he? I mean, he did kill a lot of elves and kind of doomed their race by killing their ancestor mother and all that. And dwarves, I mean, I don't know, maybe helped out the queen, but that's about it. Tell him you're godwoken with a claim to divinity. He is but an upstart, a relic, a pebble on the path. You shall put the great Source King back in his box. Well, he's probably not going to like that. Although, yeah, telling him that we're champions of the elves and dwarves, that doesn't feel like the type of thing that would do much.
Ha! You are the fetid dirt on my boot. You are nothing at all. I am the Source King. I shall rule. I
don't know what that persuasion was supposed to do. You know, we could just charm you once again. Or what, do you get another turn? Oh. He gets his magic armor back.
The God King hears my call. He sends a companion worthy of my power. Come to your father, my pretty thing.
Oh, see you again. Well, that's no fair to kind of bypass our turns. It's been Kemm, we killed you, and took your source. And Solomon too. How about your fast? Alright, Lucian, are you charmed? Yes, you are. Dallis, here, will charm you too. But first, have your tea. Okay, the Kraken's at 7,500. Now the thing is, okay, they are summoned, so I'm thinking that if we do kill them, that they can just reappear again, as long as the Kraken is still around. Alright, Lucian has a good amount of HP. As long as we keep him charmed, he'll be good to help. Yeah, Dallis, however, though, she's gonna die here pretty soon. And before we continue on, I'll be right back. Alright, continue this. Shame that our abilities don't refresh as well. Yeah, still counts as the same combat. Alright, so Fane will be going for Kemm. Isabel's gonna be going first, and Salaman's gonna be going pretty early. And then next round, Ifin will be going last. Alright, well, I suppose what we could do is your Worm Tremor off cooldown? Possibly. Yeah, what we can do potentially is to teleport a Salaman next to Kemm. And then we can get them both stuck with Fane's ability with Worm Tremor. Problem is, it can be Isabel. She is going to be able to kill us with her range attack. Yeah, they no longer have immunities. I think they're both mainly physical though. Isabel, you are... Yeah, okay, yeah, you're a Geomancer with a bit of everything. Yeah, I don't think we have anything specifically for Earth, mainly just fire resistance. You never slot anything in your amulet. We could go with the Vase of Aura. That might help out. Yeah, dodge Kemm and the Salaman at first. Okay, yeah, doing runes does not cost AP, good. Yeah, give him cleanse wounds as well. What about any of our normal crafting? Alright, yeah, so that's just one. Well, you guys revive back for now. One turn with 5-turn cooldown. Can you go up here? No, that's just too far. Plus it's opening you up to potentially be attacked by Braccus. Yeah, Braccus goes before Fane. If we were to give Fane a Wits potion, would that potentially give him enough initiative to go ahead of him? Well, it wouldn't be this turn. Yeah, we don't have a way to give anyone initiative. You can gain initiative on your own turn, but you cannot... Yeah, you can't give it to anyone else. Yeah, and haste does not affect that. Well, we can have if in stealth for now. Looks like we'd have everyone's stealth. Yeah, not sure what the Kraken's attack range is. It's look larger. You are pyrokinetic though. Do we have a fire resistance potion? Yes, we do. Yeah, probably gonna be Isabel. Okay. Can't get you a free move. Yeah, I guess we just put you up here for now then. Just out of range. Solomon doesn't have much physical armor. Guess we can try focusing on him. Or they can do this. Did that slow you? No, it doesn't seem like it. 4 more turns. Alright, go near Lord Kemm. Oh, that's not a good place for you. You're just gonna keep doing that, aren't you? Yeah, I went to the trouble of giving him evasive aura, but then moved them out of the way. Train my bless, steam lance, cleanse wounds, and mass cleanse wounds. First, go over here. Really? Yeah, I want to teleport him next to Isabel. You know, that might be close enough. Also, before we do that, almost forgot that. Oh, you actually survived the damage. Fine. Okay, that reduces health, reduces damage. Yeah, reduces resistances. First off, Kemm, you can go. Yeah, go to the incarnate there as bait. Will your nether spot breach? Oh, her control void weapon spell, however, can be used on the Kraken. Also, if you are summoned by the void, can we use it on you? No, still invalid. And then you're just too far. Yeah, Isabel will probably be able to move. As for you, Braccus, and we don't have too much left. Tempted, but let's... I was say let's save it, but no. Let's go and use it. Oh, can we even reach you? Yeah, the reason why I kind of want to use it on him is because they might go after him instead. Might also give Dallis a heal. No, okay, she's gonna have to go invisible. Never mind. There you go, you can be charmed. There's one way to prolong her charm. But, no, actually, they should still attack her anyways. I don't think that they're allied. Why did you have to go do that? Okay. Let's use a mind magnet on her and see if that'll keep her charm for 4 turns. Hopefully then, if that does work. Do we only have just that one? I thought we had more. Oh, that is a huge area. And are there some conditions for that one? Yeah, that didn't pop up for anything, even though they were all in range. Might not be able to charm Dallis because she's already charmed. As for Lucian. Yeah, I should have worked on him too. Right. Yeah, it's not gonna work because you're already charmed. In that case, can we stun you then? Yeah, if we can just stun you. Well, there's a good chance Sibyl might die. But yeah, if we just stun you. That could stop you from being transformed to a dragon during your turn. And then Yeah, and then we can get you on our side again. Just don't die. Okay, well, you're stunned. Why is that lasting only one turn? Alright, well, let's find attack Lucian. Works for me. Yeah, if only didn't do something stupid like move. If in out of the way once he had his ability up. Right, well, we can resurrect you. And then we can just charm him again. And since they're closer together, yeah, the shield attack might work. But I also might just kill Dallis as well. And first, try this again. It's fine. Okay, so you're on the sides for now. Tempted to send you back up there so you can teleport Isabel down. Yeah, I don't know if he can get you though. Two more turns before your dragon is returned. Ideally, I'd want to get them on our side, but I don't think that their magic armor is low enough to be doing that for any time soon. Oh, where'd you go? Please stop killing our people once they're resurrected. Right, well that was horrendous. Yeah, it's really considering a reload. What are you weak to? Weak to lightning. Yeah, some weak to fire as well. Okay, let's get a Sibyl last. Yeah, it's a waste of our charms. Oh well. Is Dallis dead? Probably. Alright, we'll get Fane first. Okay, the Red Prince. Yeah, he won't be able to do much against the Kraken. Should have moved him a little bit somewhere else. And then Sibyl. Yes, Kemm and Lucian, they can fight each other. Where is... Okay, Braccus is all the way over there. Oh, he doesn't have much magic armor left. Yeah, I could potentially charm him again. Yeah, Skin Graph is still down. Okay, we'll probably have Isabel or Sibyl heal them. Do Aerostorm on the Kraken or Aerostorm on this group? No, I kind of want them to be distracted by each other. You know, I wonder if considering how many resurrection spells we have them kill each other, then resurrect each other. That could work. No, that's certainly a strategy. Yeah, okay, that's been the physical armor. Right, that didn't do too much. Yeah, we shame we don't have too much in the way of lightning scrolls. We also have tea as well. Oh. You'd have time warp again. Right, maybe you got a renewal because you died. Do you have healing ritual, by the way? You have mass cleanse wounds, alright, you can heal. Water's not going to do too much. No, okay, that did nothing. I guess we can use Staff of Magnus. In the meantime, I'm going to invalid target. Ah. Haste himself. If he does, what can he do then? Oh, you have quite a few options for lightning scrolls. No, we want them to stay next to each other, so... we can just haste. Yeah, they give him 5, but then he's gonna use 1 anyways. No, but it might give him enough movement where they can get 0 on the movement, 0 AP cost on it. Nope, okay, that was not worth it. Basically the same thing. When you really still can't cast up there. Yeah, best is we can stop the Salaman. I would better just to use a intelligence potion. $1064. Yeah, about 100 points increase. Yeah, if we didn't cast all those, that would have been a very good time to use to try to kill him. Although, yeah, you do have quite a bit of HP now. Demonic stare. You don't really have anything else that could do a magic attack. Well, because summon the dragon. Yeah, dragon's supposed to be here for 5 turns, but really did not hang around that long. Might have been killed. Well, it's some level of damage. Basic attack and weapon skill. So not magic attack then. Oh hey, fully armor. Down to 16,000. Hope you can be charmed. Probably should have looked that up. Alright. Okay, 500 left. We won't be able to hit them with shocking touch. Nice. Oh, why do you want to know a dragon child? You're just... What even are you doing? You're just kind of casting them random. Oh, they're not even for... Right. Yeah, I forgot. We just charmed the worm. Or the kraken. And since they are both working for us, this works for me. Yeah, okay, now the problem is going to be if you can only be charmed with that void charm. Hopefully it can be charmed with the regular charm though. As for you, Sibyl... Yeah, we'll have you hide for a bit. Actually, no. Yeah, because we don't know if this can only be charmed with the Void Charm. We have to do what we can to weaken it. And melee cannot reach. Right, well, hide down here. Wow, that's rude. Sent her down there to hide, and then he just went right for her. Well, let's check this out. Hey, there it goes. Alright, well, you can go and harass Braccus then. All right. Yeah, I forgot about Fane being dead. Alright, they can be playing with each other. Okay, Isabel's teleport should be back up. Which means we can do other things to him. Oh, path interrupted. Yeah, block my magic armor. I guess we can... Are you supposed to be doing something with this, by the way? Naturin. Oh, right. We had a thing that we're supposed to use on Braccus. Yeah, this thing, the anathema. Yeah, it's supposed to be able to one or kill him according to Tarquin. But it does physical damage, so... Yeah, we'd have to break his shield first. Break his physical armor. You know everything like Perseverance, do you? No. Well, alright then. Okay, you can be right here in the fire. And Isabel can attack him from the side. Are they still after Lucian? Good. Alright, have her drink some more tea. Oh, and we are almost out. Yeah, we have just the 2 on the Red Prince. Alright, well, you're stunned. We still need to do something about you. It's just done. Yeah, don't waste the warm trimmer. I was gonna say you need to heal, but no, you're fine. Ooh, level up. What was that achievement? Abysmal Sea defeated the Kraken? How do you figure that? Was it because yeah, the Kraken was summoned by Braccus. Interesting. Well, let's have you stunned then. Which actually we don't really need to do if we can knock him down. We also didn't use the anathema. And I guess we try using it on Lucian. Alright, he's stunned. Why are you attacking up there? I guess it breaks the poison. Breaks the poison and spreads the holy fire, maybe? And well, let's go ahead and incarnate. Alright, what is the next part to this? Because we still have not fought the God King. That did not do a lot. While we do that, just in case. Wolf Avenge if and kill the Lucian achievement.
Lucian struggles to rise, but the weight of his own pain leaves him to gravity's mercy.
My time is done. But your source burns so bright I'm all but blinded by it. Be wise and true, Godwoken. I am no hero, but wisdom and truth. These are values I always believed in.
You know, you say that, but then you just killed so many people. Yeah, and in all sorts of weird schemes and plots as well, so... Are you really sure that you always believed in that?
Dallis groans
just so
in
here.
pain.
I have failed. The future of all that is rests on your shoulders.
Well then, this is, as they say, it.
Yes, no further commentary about your daughter, though.
I never dreamed that after all this, I would be standing here with one of your kind. Let alone that I would be proud to do so. I cannot imagine someone I would trust more with divinity, including myself.
Right, do your best.
Fane lays a bony hand on your shoulder, squeezing gently.
Do you know, I believe you will.
Listen, this is it. Again. And I want you to know I'm not putting up a fight, not against you. My revels are now ended. Yours are about to begin.
Oh, but that's it. That her levels are now ended.
I've had my vengeance, my life and my liberty. You helped me win them back. And then, when you told me you loved me, all of me awoke. All I want now is for this to end. To be by your side when we wage the final battle.
When we wage the final battle? Is there going to be another part?
And long, long after.
Feels like this is the kind of conversation you should have had before.
I know you do. And I love you too. Now kiss me.
You kiss each other passionately, ready to face the darkest dark.
Here we stand, once more on the cusp of divinity. But this cup, so long thirsted for, I willfully let it pass from me. All my life has been a lead-up to this, to be the King of Kings, God of Gods. I will not say it was in vain, but I will say it was vanity.
Well, you have the dragons now, don't you?
If I were to chance upon my throne right now, I would sit down beside it, cast my glance to the horizon, and think of worthier things.
Oh no, he has certainly changed.
I'd think of Sadher, my great love. I'd think of my children, their joyous dance through fiery skies. And of course, I'd think of you, of the adventures we had, of our unlikely yet heartfelt friendship. Yes, I'd sit there, thoroughly contented, and wait for you to ascend the throne. I know.
A mischievous smile.
But I do have to add, likewise.
After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aetheran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take.
So anything sudden and yeah, she's still Dallis is still alive there. Sorta. Yeah, she's unconscious. Also, can we not lose Lucian? He's also still alive.
Or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate and the future of the world. What shall you do with divinity?
Okay, 3 choices. Fulfill your destiny as God awoken, become the new divine. Give the source back to all the people, release divinity into the world. When everyone is divine, no one is divine. Of course. Allow yourself and all the world to be purged of its source. You know, we never did see what Melody's favorite was. Alright, well, we should be able to load in right here then. We can check them all out. Well, check them out as long as it doesn't require a fight. Alright, well, let's start off with the first one. Become the new divine. Also, the last one feels like a bit of a betrayal against all of them. Your companions trusted you and then you just end up killing them right away. Yeah, then if we have time, we can see what happens if we agree to Lucian's deal at the start. Why is the frame rate such an issue right now?
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the God-woken. A new divine rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united Rivellon in its battle against the Void. All across the realm, he was loved, worshipped, and adored. Humans, lizards, elves, and dwarves all rallied to his banner. The great allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. From the depths of the void, the God King still sought to return. As for me, my last hope of ever being freed of the God King's terrible tyranny faded when the God-woken claimed divinity. An eternity of pain and suffering is mine. I cling now to the dream that one day the veil will be sealed, that one day I can be freed, that one day a new God-woken will rise.
Yeah, I'm back here. Also, we were going to free her, but then she just disappeared. Okay, Red Prince, Melody. So, Is this just a bit of a post-game conversation with our people.
Well, well, look what the cat dragged in. A god, no less.
He smiles at you fondly as he takes you by the hand.
You've done us proud. You saved the world, didn't you?
Yeah, well, not alone.
No. We were all of us instrumental, but only one walked away with divinity. I'm glad it was you.
So yeah, anywhere you want to go.
Oh, if you don't mind.
Also, I shouldn't thought I'd be here.
After all, I've dragons to raise. I need to teach them to be good boys and girls before they set the entire world on fire. There may be an accident or two along the way. Please don't hold it against them. I do so long to see my palace again. The Forbidden City. The sense of spices and incense. The sound of sitars in far-off rooms. To sit all day in perfumed shade and watch the white of the marble change with the journey of the sun. But above all, I long to be with Sadher. Long to finally have the time to love. Oh, but before you go, remember how when we first met, I took you by the jaw to inspect your teeth?
Yes, remember all too well.
Not something one forgets in a hurry. Now, if you recall, as per your own testimony, you've no culinary skills, you lack a sense of fashion, and you've little or no regard for personal hygiene. A damning assessment if ever there was one. Still, I'm nothing if not a tolerant man who believes in individual growth. I'm sure the journey taught you much. As such, I'd like to offer you what I denied you before, the opportunity to become my slave.
Yeah, well, it's has certainly risen in value.
What say you?
Yeah, shake your head slightly and hit him on the nose.
Taken quite by surprise, he staggers back, blood dripping down his nostrils.
Oh, that's a bit harder than I thought.
Take that as a no, then. Fair enough. But next time, please, use your words.
Alright, we'll talk to Malady last. Oh yeah. You. Laura, weren't you supposed to be doing something? You said you were going to do something during the fight, but I never saw you. Hey, Beast.
Beast Spirit smiles as you approach, and begins to sing a tune you think vaguely familiar.
Where here the wild beast just sails on the ocean, he's docked in the bay and coming your way. Off on the yawn you hear the commotion, he's docked in the bay and coming your way. Your cupboard can't hide you, nor can your berth. His daggers don't care about the gold that you're worth. He'll bury your bones neath a mountain of earth. He's docked in the bay and coming your way.
He pauses, then continues to hum, all the while working his ghostly whiskers.
And he's locked in his memories. Sibylla's not up here. Neither is Fane.
Well, Quirkers, look who finally graced us with their presence. I suppose some thanks are in order.
Alright, well, there's Tarquin.
No, you should be thanking me. I just saved the world from the great Acorn.
Did you now?
You're welcome, by the way. Honestly, Quirkers, some creatures have no sense of perspective.
Alright, well, might as well thank him for his service.
A huge grin slowly spreads across the squirrel's small face.
Of course, had you not stopped this God King and his lackeys, there would have been very little left for me to save. So?
The cat moves forward, twisting around your legs and filling the air with the sound of dry, dusty purring.
Ah, quackers! Please, have a little decorum.
How is scratching the cat or Lucian gonna work considering it's a ghost?
Quercus arches his back, almost dislodging Silora, who just smiles.
This battle is won, my friend, but we still have a war to fight. We've undone the Great Acorn, but the Knights of Dre are still out there. They summoned the Great Acorn once. They will be able to summon it again. We have to destroy their order, once and for all. That is the future Quercus and I have ahead of us. We no longer need a shield.
Yeah, sure, Buffalo's fur.
The squirrel tenses for half a moment before relaxing into your fingers.
Ah! Oh, hi, Quercus. You never told me it felt this good. Well, that was certainly an experience. Of course, this has all been something of an experience, eh?
Never dreamed we'd end up here.
I don't suppose any of us did. I never thought I would be proud to have befriended a giant. But there is no one Ow! Quackers! There is no one that we would rather have walked this world with. I do not know what comes next for you. But you... Come, Quackers. We must... Oh, I think you have something in your eye, my friend.
The cat curls up and snuggles into his squirrel friend, who quietly sits and sniffs on the deck.
It's a nice little ending with him. Oh, okay, fades over there.
Amazing, I'm still here.
Sibyl might be over there then.
The Lucian... Well, that relationship always was complicated, wasn't it? You're so much like him. My instincts tell me to kneel to the new divine. I've done so before, after all. But I can't drive myself to do it again.
Yeah, you better not hope. You better hope if it's not as the same as Lucian. Yeah, nothing like him.
Gareth is still. For a moment his mind wanders to memories of friends and enemies, of malady and magisters, of demons and divinity. He is then present once more, though hardly animated.
Perhaps not. But time. Time has a way of changing someone. Lucian did not start as the man he became. You are now a guiding star. I can only ask you don't lead your people astray.
Gareth's mind wanders once more. He is no longer engaged with you, but with a past he may never leave behind.
And we never told him that we dug up his parents. So what are you going to do next?
I find a way to fit. I wasn't just content to lurk in Lucian's shadow. I was his shadow. Now I stand in the sun as my own man. I just don't know who that man is. And so I find out. My goal is to have a goal, if that makes sense at all. And if it doesn't, well, that's all I've got.
Right, not exactly the shining end for him. Oh, Sibyl's right there. Okay, let's leave her second to last.
Losa winks and curtsies in playful reverence. Her spectral gaze twinkles.
She doesn't seem tormented by whatever was possessing her. Fane, what about you?
Fane is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He leafs through it slowly, muttering to himself.
Interesting.
His eyes stay fixed on the book as you approach. Fane looks up, his gaze carefully drinking you in.
Fascinating. The power of my people. The power of the Veiled. All in one delicate mortal shell. Who could have imagined?
Dallis not always cracked up to be have power, yes, but a lot of responsibility. Oh yes, all that power, all that responsibility, of course. Yeah, so what is Fane gonna do after all this now?
I don't doubt it.
The skeleton looks back to the book. You can feel the grief radiating from him.
I can't help thinking that I could have saved them. That I could have done something.
Yeah, how do you feel about us people after everything that happened? Especially knowing what they became.
I could have done more. So, perhaps could they? Had they decided to live in peace with the mortals of Rivellon, maybe we could have saved them. But they made their choices, and I made mine. You could have saved them, but you didn't. You made your choice.
Yeah, he's a bit bitter about that, isn't he?
Don't misunderstand. I made my choice too. That doesn't mean I cannot mourn them, though. They deserve that much.
Yeah, great potential for the future.
The skeleton hefts Hubert's dog-eared encyclopedia, its weight heavy in his hands.
I've been rereading this book, looking over your history once again, poring over every detail with a new perspective, and do you know what?
What, it's all garbage?
It's shit.
Exactly.
Fane tosses the book over his shoulder. It flutters in the air as it sails over the ship's railing and disappears with a faint splash.
He should write his own book.
If you have spent your life staring at a thing, you can write about it with knowledge. You can write about it with love. But it is almost impossible to write about it with wonder. You creatures have spent your lives trudging about this world, and you've grown blind to its miracles. Take otters, for example. Energetic, waterproof cats, utterly beautiful creatures. Or octopuses. Did you know they're secretly octopuses? Octopi? Octopods? I shall have to look that up. Regardless, the world is filled with absolutely incredible sights. And who better to catalogue them with the awe they deserve than someone seeing them for the first time? Do you know, there is the idea that nothing is ever truly created or destroyed. I suppose we are all Source, just in different forms. You being the cruder, less jewel-encrusted form, naturally. But my people were Source too, although we didn't know it at the time. And our Source helped create you. In a way, I was walking alongside the best version of them the entire time. In you, I found a home better than the one I was pining for. Thank you, Godwalker.
Well, very touching. So, before we finish up with Sibyl and Malady, also Han disappeared. Is there anything below deck?
There's nothing interesting down there. The future lies above, not below.
Okay, well, that's that. Oh, can we talk to you? Yeah, is there anything you can do for her?
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again.
Also, how did that even happen?
Consider me to be a gift from Malady. My wood was splintered, but my spirit intact. It was a great feat, but given her skill, not a surprising one.
Yeah. Well, it is surprising that Malady would even do that in the first place, though.
I feel
Right, and then I wonder if all those little things that Dallis put into her, if those are gone.
I will always be an ally to those that carry swords, to those whose blood is of the heroes of old, and so, as always,
Oh, are you gonna be the Divinity 3?
I am at the ready.
Oh, okay, I think that's to progress to the next part, or I guess go to the credits then. Okay, I thought talking to Malady would be the end of it.
Darling, there you are. Come, let me take a look at you. I've never known a god before they became divine. I was curious if it would have changed you.
She gives you a long, assessing look, but makes no immediate comment.
Don't feel change at all. You feel different, more powerful, yes, but also more solemn. Ask her if she thinks that you are different.
She paces around you like a cat, looking you over.
Well, you certainly look the same. But there's something in the air around you. It vibrates ever so slightly. There's magic in it. Power.
Yep, Evan is absolutely glowing.
Don't you feel it?
So you do, but you feel unchanged in your mind and soul. It's quite incredible, feeling invincible. You expected something different, sudden realizations about existence, about people, the power to create in the blink of an eye.
Maybe you should give it a bit of time. I imagine it takes almighty power a little while to settle in.
That is true. He could always explode later.
That quite depends on you, I suppose. Is a deity permitted to mingle among us mortals?
She laughs, and it's music to your soul.
I certainly hope so. We love each other after all.
A kiss, and oh, how sweet she tastes.
Love conquers even divinity.
No option to just break up right then and there. Right, Melody, your turn.
Melody stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask. From here, she looks almost angelic.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me, but why state the obvious? Get an eyeful, Your Holiness. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time.
She turns to you, arms crossed, and grins.
Look at you. Magnificent.
What will she do when this is over? It kind of is. As good as new, how'd you manage to repair it? This would happen also without her. Feeling still about herself. Oh, he should have been able to romance Melody. That would have been something.
Actually, I've never looked better. Except for one small thing.
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment, it seems as though she's about to remove it. But instead, she places a hand on your shoulder.
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. I sacrificed much. I'd give even more to see you become exactly what you've become. Soon, I'd like to have a little chat about something you can do for me.
Oh, is that finally going to be the favor?
But I believe that can wait. Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Oh, I don't know, around and about. treat myself to some mead, a lover or 300. I'd say we've earned it. And when the time comes, I'll come find you. Your Holiness.
Right, I remember that was some sort of initially planned DLC that eventually got cancelled. Could also be part of Divinity 3.
Don't be a stranger now.
Right, so is that it then? Tempting. Oh, Tarquin.
Well, if it isn't the new divine gracing me with his presence. How honored I am.
Imagine to be all sarcastic, we can still buy from you too. Anything new? Nope, and all the junk that we just sold you. And your attitude with us is only 30. Wow. Also, no commentary about us not using your sword that you went through so much trouble to make.
That is the question, isn't it? How does one top the greatest feat of necromancy ever conceived? I might have the answer to that. Tell me, have you ever heard of Gustafsson? No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written language, unreadable to most, but myself naturally. It comes from a mysterious race from another world. Beings that feed on minds.
Mind flayers?
I intend to seek them out. This Gustafsson seems to guard portals to their realm. And once I've uncovered one, well, I settle for being the greatest mind in just one world, and there's another for the taking.
Tarquin's smirk wilts into a glow.
I didn't come all this way to show deference. Some friendly advice. All who rise are capable of falling. Gods, the divine, anyone. Remember where you came from. The last thing this world needs is more tyrants.
Okay, so never went past co-workers then. Polite co-workers. I also wonder if that whole thing was just hinting about Baldur's Gate 3 or not. Might have been too early. Yeah, significantly early before they even had any sort of dealings with the start of it.
Shall we sail?
Alright, well, it doesn't look like there's anything else, so depart.
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it always did. The sails flutter in the wind, just as they always will. And yet, something is different. You are different. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins. War raged on. Arx remained the center of power as the races united behind the Divine. But the Voidwoken attacks continued as they did elsewhere. Arx would see many more long years of war. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new Divine Alliance. The houses of war and of shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the God King. The Empire used the war to expand its territory. Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven Kingdom fought for the Divine, and her loyalty was unquestionable. Many fine and courageous dwarves did their people great honor, in battle and in death.
Alright, so far things are working out.
With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine.
Anything about Saheela?
And on the integrity of the elven Godwoken who did not ascend.
Yeah, Saheela did nothing then.
There, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on. The island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the Void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new Divine. Reaper's Coast struggled on. The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the Voidwoken blight.
I wonder if we could have helped that researcher with this. We just kind of did one thing for him and then ignored him.
The oil there burns still.
I wonder what brought that one.
Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine.
True. That is a benefit of weekend and famine.
The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Arcs battled on. Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with ongoing war, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. With a new Divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally, but she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did.
Her mask changed sides.
Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. Arhu the Wizard served the new Divine with honor, wisdom, and an at times unnerving feline elegance. The undead priestess Gratiana remained in her sanctuary, happy to wait for the war to pass. She was troubled only by the silence of her goddess.
Okay, I guess the blood have finally cleared itself out.
Jehan the demon hunter never stopped hunting for demons.
I wonder what happened to him.
Saheela sought to strengthen the Elven alliance with the new Divine. Her powers of sight proved useful in the ongoing war against the Void, but she could never be sure that the new Divine trusted her.
Oh. Okay, I thought they were going to go to war, but no.
Her mother,
worked out, I guess.
was Saheela's most trusted warrior. Fane traveled Rivellon, notebook in hand, recording the wonders he discovered. He kept a socket peeled for signs of the Eternals, hoping to find the wife he had lost. He's still looking. Sabine wandered the world. She became a household name, famed the realm over as a traveling hero, celebrated wherever she went. Enjoying life to the fullest, she was truly and finally free. On his return to the Empire, the Red Prince was hailed a hero. He married Sada, and they had many more dragons. Soon, the prince became the Emperor. Faced with dragons, the Void did not gain the upper hand in the Empire.
Oh well, everything worked out with the lizards.
And then there was you. You, Ifan Ben Mesd, the Silver Claw, the redeemed divine. What did you do with your power? What kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show mercy or strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Did you wish you'd surrendered the power that runs through your veins and sealed the veil? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.
And that is it. That was fantastic. Definitely, yeah, easily see the links are, yeah, a lot of the stuff that carried over into Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, some of the story themes and some of the music and so on, very visibly carried over. Yeah, not to mention a whole bunch of the interface stuff. Yeah, some of the quality of life stuff, though not the greatest. Like not being able to craft from a storage, that was annoying. Generally, kind of forgot about crafting throughout the whole thing, though it was very useful. The game was also definitely more difficult, at least feels like it was more difficult than Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, there was that. But even with the similarities, though, I did like how the story progressed. Though, yeah, I could have used maybe a bit more story points for our characters. Yeah, at some points it did feel a bit lopsided. Yeah, kind of like with Thane, for example. Like there are times it just felt like really didn't get too much with them. As opposed to like then like Red Prince, I feel like they got like a lot with him though. But still, plenty of interesting points that would make future replays possible. Well, future replays interesting. Yeah, especially using the other Godwoken that we did not choose, Los and Beast. Really curious as to how his story worked out with the Queen and the whole deal with Los and her demon. And even then, yeah, so like the Prince, you still have things with, I guess, denying Sada and the dragons, and was that really the other routes? I guess there's also being antagonistic to your party too. Though that might just be an issue of completing the personal quests or not. Which, yeah, and then, yeah, it feels like that would be the kind of thing that would lead to a point where you'd be finding your companions and going into the fight with just the generated mercenaries. And I suppose there's also the elements that could lead into Divinity 3. There's still, yeah, there's still the issue with the God King. He's still there. And then Melody's favorite too. And yeah, potentially everything with the demons. But I think like the biggest thing is just going to be the dealing with the God King. It'd be interesting if Melody and I guess the Vengeance are you also make an appearance in the next game too. So yeah, it's stuff to look forward to. Nice art. Probably, yeah, things I could have done that to make fighting a bit easier and not having to rely on so many cheese tactics. Could have definitely gone a bit more into the combat talents instead of spreading out too much, especially with Fane. Yeah, then also, yeah, and then some that were a bit more suited for melee combat, like Polymorph would have been better on Rick Prince than on Fane. Could have also tried out the two-handed weapons too. A little disappointed with these set items. I didn't really find anything too useful on the set gear for Finesse. It was mainly for the fighters. Did we ever get anything for casters? Yeah, I think for Fame we're mainly just relying on just the random bits of gear that we found. Yeah, but even then, I didn't like the overall designs for the armor better here than in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh yeah, and then about the stuff that you could have done to make the fights a bit more easier on us. Yeah, I could have relied a bit more on potions too, and then the talents for making foods and potions more effective. That was definitely a good pick. So was the one that lets you apply the various debuffs through the magic armor. That was very useful. Being able to cast ensnare them with warm tremor without having to break their magic armor. Definitely useful. It definitely played a very good part in that final fight. Well, not just the final fight, but in a lot of our fights too. Yeah, teleport abilities were also very overpowered as well. Should have spent more time keeping an eye out for the teleport scrolls and buying those. We did end up with a lot of money. Could have spent it on a lot more of those. Charm was also very good too. I should have tried to see if Charm would bypass the magic armor with Fane. Probably not, but still. Yeah, it might have been worth a try. Shame about the crafting system being kind of annoying with how it was. With everything having so much weight and not being able to craft some storage. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we could have crafted but did not get to because of that. Yeah, not to mention the stuff that was hidden too. Like being able to make non-slip shoes with nails and boots. Which I only knew because of the first game. Yeah, I wonder what else was hidden for crafting. Definitely missed out on some skill books too. We didn't try all the combinations we could have. Oh yeah, those teas were very overpowered. Well, really only the green tea with -2 AP. Would have been far more overpowered if we could have stacked them, but understandable why. Alright, some really nice creature designs here. Let's see how much time is left. And let's see if we can quickly have a look at some of those other options. Yeah, some of those ending slides were a bit abrupt. Yeah, it's a bit odd for Sybil to go off on her own after everything that was... after everything that she said about her relationship with Ivan, and so that was an odd thing. And then it's still... yeah, and also the thing with Lucian and Dallis, since they were clearly still alive afterwards. They did say that they were unconscious. But I guess they could have died from their injuries afterwards. Definitely could have used more Fane commenting though about the Dallis thing, since that was his daughter. Also Ivan as well too, with how much a connection he had with Lucian too. So yeah, a bit of a downside there. Also Act 4 was very unstable. Had so many issues with saving and just crashing in general. Overall though, it was a definite improvement over the first game. Yeah, they have made quite a bit of progress in how they've made games since the first one. I mean, not even though that wasn't their first game, but like with the series, they've definitely improved in everything. So even with everything that was said about the next game, still looking forward to it. Alright, next option. Give the source to everyone. One for all achievements. Much smoother this time around. Maybe there's an issue because I was quick saving at about the same time.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken.
And we tried to save you, Wendigo. But no, you just had to go and disappear.
When the dust settled, no new divine had risen. Instead, all source was released into the world for all the people and every creature to share. Everyone was now a sorcerer. And united, the peoples of Rivellon pushed back the God King into the very depths of the void. This ushered in a new golden age of peace and prosperity. But alas, it was not to last. With many greedy for wealth, power and position, the struggle soon began anew. Source, the very language of creation, was used in violence once more. The never-ending contest for power continued.
Yep, can't trust people.
As for me, my last hope of ever being freed of the God King's terrible tyranny faded when the Godwoken failed to seal the veil. An eternity of pain and suffering is mine, in service of the King, until the day I am freed, the day the God King returns.
Yep, and you're not glowing anymore. Alright, so are you gonna say just about the same thing?
Well, look what the cat dragged in. A Godwoken. But what good is it to be Godwoken when Source is now a free-for-all, and there is no divinity to be had?
Well, I'm definitely not as happy as last time.
Don't fool yourself. In the absence of a master will rise. King, god, there is still power to be had.
True.
As long as there is power, there is conflict. Source for all, it is but the dream of an idiot who will soon wake to find his wrists in shackles. In that sense, I suppose I should look upon it all as an opportunity. People crave authority. They'll beg for a sorcerer king like me. And I give you the assurance of disappointment.
He sighs, which seems to ease his surly countenance.
But come. We've traveled too long by one another's side to end with an argument. We'll not part on bad terms, will we? Home. After all, I've dragons to raise. I need to teach them to be good boys and girls before they settle in.
Alright, not
There
this part is the
may be
same.
an accident or two along the way. I do so long to see my palace again. The Forbidden City. To sit all day in perfumed shade and watch the white of the marble. But above all, I long to be with Sadher. Oh, but remember how when we first met, I took you by the jaw to inspect your teeth? Not some. Now, if you were still, I'm nothing if not intolerant. What say you? But where are you going? Really? It's the lack of manners that I find so unforgivably disgraceful.
Yeah, so largely the same, but the interactions are a bit more soured. It seems like. Melody, what are you gonna say?
Tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me. Get an eyeful. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some. I have a lot of planning to do. Now that there's not to be a new divinity.
I don't know, but there is going to be Divinity 3.
She drums her fingers testily on her crossed arms.
All that work, all that effort, tossed into the gutter like a malformed child.
So yeah, she did it for her own benefit.
Was it taking you this long to figure that out? Never mind. I'll find another way. I always do.
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment, it seems as though she's
We've come a long way together. I did my best, but
she looks you up and...
I guess this will have to take a moment, why don't you? Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. The same way I do everything, of course. Demonic god. Until next time.
Right, so her favorite had something to do with the Divinity. What is it that she's going to be wanting? I really think that if they don't forget about it, she will be appearing in the next game. At least that there'll be some sort of mention.
Well, well, Quirkers. Look who finally graced us with their presence. I suppose some thanks are in order.
I think you should be just about the same thing, since you didn't care about the whole Divinity aspect of things.
Have no sense of perspective. A huge grin slowed. Of course, had you not stopped the
Yeah, it's the whole thing about stopping the God King.
Quirkers, please have a little decorum. Quirkers arches his. This battle is. They summoned the. That is the future. Quirkers and I have a. Right. Don't worry, Quirkers. I'm sure.
Nothing new with you then.
I'm buzzing. I don't know how else to describe it. But what you did, I want to say it was brave. Maybe it was, but it wasn't right.
Gareth is still. For a moment, his mind wanders to memories of...
The people of Rivellon will call you their savior. The power is in them, in all of them. And there will come a time when they rebel, and the price will be high.
His words, perhaps you had to consider the consequences. I mean, yeah, there are obviously going to be consequences, because like everyone's going to use the power very wisely. I think you got to lead them.
A meaningless promise. You've blessed them and cursed them with a single choice. You didn't reveal your altruism. You revealed your greed. Power will be shared among the evil and the good, the light and the dark, the sky and the earth. They will enjoy equal source light, yes, but they will not be equal. I find a way to fit. I wasn't just content to lurk in Lucian's shadow. So I find out, on my own away from the storm that surely comes. The God King is defeated, but the door to the void is open, left there by the man I once thought would be divine.
I guess everyone's quite unhappy about that decision.
Source of all, eh? Bold move, I'll grant you that. I didn't think anyone considered the little people anymore. I don't know yet. Perhaps peace will reign and all will be equal. Or perhaps you've bestowed great power on undeserving children and turned them loose on each other. Time will tell, I'm sure.
Yeah, are the ghosts gonna say anything different?
Losa smiles broadly and casts...
No, okay, yeah, they're the same. So how are you feeling?
So, here we are, my darling. Sorcerers like everyone else in the realm. Bit boring to be so unexceptional all of a sudden, isn't it? Then again, I suppose they can't fit all of us in Fort Joy.
Sure enough, they can always try, though.
It does, doesn't it? We've come to the brink and back again so many times on this adventure. I only hope what awaits the world is something more equitable. Bit more sun, bit less rain. Even though I love the rain. That quite depends on you, I suppose.
Well, Sabelle's a bit more optimistic.
And it's mute. We want each other, after all. We love each other, after all. Let others play the game of gods. Love conquers even divinity.
Alright, so far, Leo and Sabelle was positive about it. I guess Tarquin too, to an extent.
Fane is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia.
I see.
He glances up at you, big, empty eye sockets taking in every detail.
Well, well, there you are. Another fine specimen of your kind.
Oh, so when he's divine, he gets ignored. When he's normal like everyone else, then Finn will pay attention.
A little leaner than when we first met, and a little less divine than you'd hoped, I imagine.
Everyone's a little divine, it seems less important.
Yes, indeed. All of my people's source, spread across the mortal races.
Fane looks back down to the book, a bony finger running across the embossed leather cover.
It could have been different, you know? I could have saved them. I could have found a way. I could have done more. Had they decided to live in peace, but they
And then this part's pretty much the same.
And I made mine. No, I imagine you can't. I imagine no one can. But the cards were dealt, and my people got snake eyes. Or something. I never took the time to learn how the average Rivellonian entertained themselves. Then again, you are no average Rivellonian. Not after this. So, what do you think you'll do now that we live in a world of minute divines?
He will take a break. Or they can just keep the peace. Yeah, you did kind of give everyone a whole bunch of powers. You kind of have to make sure that people are not going to be abusing it too much.
Fane nods grimly.
Power in the hands of madmen is dangerous. But power in the hands of well-meaning fools? Empires have crumbled over less.
Yeah, well, Fane will see more of the world.
The skeleton hefts Hubert's dog-eared encyclopedia, its weight heavy in his hands.
I've been rereading this book, looking over your history once again, poring over every detail with a new perspective, and do you know what? It's shit.
Fane tosses the book over his shoulder. It flutters in the air as it sails over the ship's railing and disappears with a faint splash.
If you have spent your life staring at a thing, you can write about it with knowledge. You creatures
Alright, so
have
this part is
spent
about the
your
same
lives
then.
trudging about this world. Take otters, for example. Or octopuses? Regardless. The world is filled with absolutely... Do you know? There is the idea that nothing is ever... I suppose, but my in a way, in you, I found a...
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again. I will always be an ally.
Yeah,
I
that is
am
brushing all the
acclaimed.
same.
You look out to the endless, and with a start, you
So
realize
what will then credits be then?
the world was at peace, at least for now. With its significance as the seat of divinity diminished, Arx fell into decline, and within 7 generations had emptied. Few were as prepared for the new world as the lizardkin of the ancient empire. With power spread equally throughout the world, the advantage lay with those who knew how to steal it, and at this the lizards excelled. Justinia returns to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven kingdom prospered, until 2 years later, a jealous lover stabbed her in the heart with a mutton fork.
Not a mutton fork.
With their power returned, the elves reclaimed their lands from the Death Fog and began to rebuild. Soon they would split as 2 factions sought power, one to bring back the trees, the other to bring back the scions.
Well, someone worked out for the elves.
A dwarven joke did the rounds. It ends with the punchline, "So Lucian dropped the Death Fog on them again." Only the elven Godwoken could bring the elves together once more. And in a dark forest on the far side of a desert, well beyond the high seas, the Black Ring came together once more. The island of Fort Joy, the old redoute of the Source King Braccus Rex, was turned over to the people of Driftwood to use as they wished. They turned it into a holiday resort.
Well, that's quite a change for a prison like that.
Reaper's Coast prospered. The fisheries returned, and the fertile farmlands produced the greatest harvests the surviving farmers had ever seen.
Well, that actually worked out for them.
Blood Moon Island became particularly fecund, its soil producing the greatest crops. A particularly crimson-fleshed orange grown on the island became a delicacy across half the world.
And nobody questioned where it grew,
The
huh?
black pits took fire. The oil there burns still.
Yeah, I wonder if there's something more we could have done with the black pits.
Driftwood became a center of industry, trade, and transport. Lohar became mayor, and Brayton Barnes grew rich, until, after a public argument over import duties, Barnes died in an accident, buried under several tons of fish, and also stabbed in the back with a gutting knife.
Oh, I'm sure he just fell on that by accident.
Lagan left his over-demanding wife and began a relationship with a local bard. In the spirit of loving generosity, he returned the ring to his now ex-wife. In a fit of rage, she threw it into the sea. You would never forget Dorothea's kiss. Dorothea herself left Driftwood for the ancient empire, ever in search of the perfect kiss. She never found it, although once or twice she came close.
For a weird spider lady.
The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Millennia later, adventurers would come in search of the legendary divine city of Arx and the crypt of the great Lucian. None would pass the path of blood.
How did no one find a shortcut?
Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with the rising chaos, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han went into the theatre and became one of the realm's most popular actors. With no new divine, Malady found herself in a predicament. She had an important problem to solve, but no ally strong enough to call upon, and so her search continued. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. With the source released to the world, Arhu the wizard spent more and more time as a cat. One day he decided he would not change back. With Amadia silent, the priestess Gratiana left the swamps and re-entered the world. With more undead than ever before, she founded an abbey in the Dragonspine Mountains, offering them shelter from hatred and fear. Jehan the demon hunter found himself at a loose end, so he opened a museum of demonic artifacts. After it burned down, with Jehan inside, witnesses claimed that the flames were the color of blood. As the forests grew anew, the elves were equals at last. Sahala shared elven knowledge of source with the world. But some elves disagreed and plotted against her.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of a change, considering that when we talked to her last, she was plotting attacks against everyone.
Chief amongst her opponents was Tova, Sahala's own mother. As Source flooded Rivellon, Fane set out to record everything he could of this new world. As he travelled, he kept a socket peeled for signs of the Eternals, hoping to find the wife he'd lost. He's still looking.
He's looking more like a conqueror right there.
Sabine wandered the world. She became a household name, famed the realm over as a travelling hero, celebrated wherever she went. Enjoying life to the fullest, she was truly and finally free. The Red Prince came home a hero. With Sada, he had more dragons. Soon, Prince became Emperor, one who would not use his dragons for conquest. His realm knew peace, and the world did not burn. And then there was you. You returned to the world a sorcerer among many. Your future was yours to decide. Did you accept your new status with humility? Only you know the truth.
Oh, no mention of Ibn this time.
Only you know
just a generic one
for your sins.
Right, not bad. A little bit different. Nice to see some of those expanded information on what happened to some of those people. Would have been nice to have more of those in general. Yeah, definitely some... Yeah, I'm not sure how canon the Divinity Dragon Commander will be, or is. But yeah, definitely could see some elements that would have led up to that. But anyways, that is a good point to end things for today. Had a good run with Divinity Original 2, but it is time to move on. Definitely looking forward towards Divinity 3, see how things have progressed with that. As for tomorrow, we'll be back with a new game. Suikoden 1 and 2 remake. A remake of a PS1 era game, JRPG. Been looking forward to that one. Played the third game in this series a long time ago, so kind of looking forward to see how 1 and 2 originally were. So we got that starting up tomorrow. As for Wednesday, hopefully aiming to be starting our new run of RimWorld. As long as I can get things worked out. I actually got the mod pack loading, but it's having some performance issues, so hopefully I can get that worked out. If it still ends up being problematic by the time Wednesday comes around, I might do a bit more X4 or do a quick week of Avorion while I try to get something working for RimWorld. But yeah, the aim is to, hopefully have a new run of RimWorld ready for Wednesday. I think a bit under 300. It's mainly, I think it's just a whole bunch of stuff conflicting with each other right now. Because like right now the TPS, when I try to load in it, if I set up on max speed, it's barely above normal speed, so yeah, very poor performance right now. But at least it's loading. Much better than where it was a few days ago, where it couldn't even generate a world. I mean, worst case scenario with it, well, not really the worst case, but something I might not have to do with it, just cut out a bunch of features that I would have wanted with it, but yeah, we shall see. Probably gonna work on it a bit more once stream ends. Anyways, yeah, Wednesday RimWorld, hopefully. Saturday though, we finished our Total War Warhammer 3 run last time, so this Saturday we'll be back with a new game as well. It'll be Aliens Dark Descent, a tactical squad game in the Aliens universe where you just control a squad of 4 Marines as they explore a facility infested with xenomorphs. So yeah, we got that coming up for Saturday. So yeah, with nothing else, thank you all for watching. Be sure to follow or subscribe to the channels depending on where you prefer to watch for notifications when we're online. Otherwise, there's always my social media for updates and notifications. Twitter is at @Imri_EE, IMRE_EE, and Blue Sky at Imri-EE. More or less the same thing, just the difference between _ depending on where you prefer to go. But if you don't use those, I do try to stream between 12:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. US Central, usually give or take 30 minutes, barring things like technical issues, illness, fatigue, etc. As for the days, I try to have Sunday, Mondays, and Wednesdays as regular streaming days, with the rest of the week being a bit more variable depending on how scheduling goes. And for the upcoming week, yeah, shouldn't be any scheduling conflicts, so normal stream times. With that being said, once again, thank you all for watching. Thank you to those who happened to stop by the stream live, as well as a thank you to those who made up watching the VOD. Hope you're all reasonably entertained, and that you have a good day or night, whichever you happen to be, and that you stop by again next time. That's thank you, and goodbye.